We're back.
Were we gone?
My boy.
I didn't see Cass for.
Oh yeah, you're back in his. Well, because Cass doesn't have the vid anymore.
In my warm embrace. Yeah, I just tested negative yesterday for the first time.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
For the first time? How long did it take you to test negative?
Well, I only took 2 tests while I was sick, so you seem upset by that.
No, I didn't. I don't know. No, I
Jamie
have
is
no opinions of it.
Supreme tester. The test
I'm a little tie. I'm about to start testing every other day.
Oh, you're going back to work.
July 7th?
As of July 5th, I'll be testing
July
every
5th.
other day.
Big Sky on ABC, guys.
Check it
And
out.
Hulu.
And
Apparently, a lot of our audience is on Hulu.
Haley?
Oh,
Haley.
yeah. Oh, I love
Hey.
Haley. The original programming on Haley.
I know. So did you...
Right.
That was a very animated sip, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're a sipper.
Mhm.
It's good. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to
Yeah.
be back.
I could see you working in like a sound booth, being like the sound effect guy, like with like
Dude,
little boots and little tacks.
may I just say that I've always wanted to be a Foley artist.
I believe you, and I think you would excel.
I
At
pitched it for a segment at work where we would
Brilliant.
do it live, and we did it to mixed results. But I will watch those on TikTok because they have like Foley artists are on TikTok.
That's what are they called?
Foley, Foley.
Foley artists.
And they
I
have,
didn't know that.
for those of you that don't know how this works, in a lot of your favorite movies and TV shows, all the sound effects are added after the fact if they didn't pick it up clean. And so
Right.
there's somebody in a studio who has like a pit with like gravel or brick or sand, and he's got like shoes and the all kind of like celery breaking for bone. They do all those kinds of things.
And they punch like steak for like punching.
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
They take like a hammer and hit a steak.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I think it was because when I was younger, there was an old Universal Studios attraction where they had a live Foley artist do the scene from Psycho. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I love
So
it.
interesting. They should. I
Yeah.
mean, they've really like upped like the backlot studio tour, and I get it and how much cooler it is because it's more like attraction-y ride.
Yeah.
But I actually miss the way it used to be when we were kids, where it was like that, like really like how movies are made.
Yes.
Like you got to have a backstage view on like, remember the backdraft?
Yes.
thing?
Oh, loved
Where
it. It
you-
was right
It
down.
was the worst because you had to wait in line for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then the thing was fucking 25 minutes, 30 minutes standing the whole time too. And it was hot as balls, but it was so cool.
Isn't it weird that they kind of like let them do that? Like they put everyone in a room and had controlled pyrotechnics and fire.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
I
that
think
far
a lot
away.
about the 80s and 90s. And I was like, that was the fucking wild, wild west. Like,
Yeah.
we were watching R-rated movies and no one cared. Like when we were kids, like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everything just feels so precious right now compared to when we were kids.
Boy, you said it, man. This stock market, crypto.
Are we in a recession?
Me and Rob
Ugh,
lost
that's all I
about
hear
half
Cutter talking about.
our wealth over the last.
Yeah.
In the crypto?
Well, we've been in a
world?
recession since January, but it just got confirmed.
We're
like-
waiting for a capitulation at the
Yeah,
moment.
well, we're waiting for a
Who confirmed
That
it?
capitulation is
The
we're waiting for the
capitulation
capitulation phase. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to
Well,
capitulate?
don't catch a falling knife, Jamie.
What you want to do is wait till it's trading sideways, and you don't want to catch that
Yes.
falling knife.
Yeah,
and you want
wanna-
a DCA up until
right when you see Bitcoin ranging is when you want a DCA.
so absolutely. So
I always DCA.
Hell yeah, dude.
oh, dude.
It's a safe move.
Always.
What did you ask though, Jamie?
I don't remember.
Yeah, listen, it's a tough time out there. But what's cool is like when you're when you're big into like these markets or this, and you think like, oh my God, things are going so bad. And then you're like, let me take an hour away from it. And like you go with friends or you go to a park or you go to this and you realize like, oh, this isn't what really means something, like obviously if you're losing your entire net worth, it's terrible. But if you go into these markets with the money you're supposed to, which is just money
Right.
you're okay
Your
to
play
lose,
money.
and then you feel like, oh my God, things are so bad. But then you go and you live life and you're having fun and you're like, oh, this is,
yeah.
I'm going to use this is not financial advice, is whatever. I'm going to use this time to, when the market does bottom out, I'm going to put a decent amount of my money in And I think this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor.
DYOR.
DYOR. I think come whether it's 2024, 2025, 2026, maybe around there, like I think we're going to look back at this time and be like, wow, this was to some people huge turning point. Like when the markets are booming, they always say like the people who make money in a booming market are not the people who get in the market when the market is booming. It's the people who got in 2, 3, 4 years ago, and they've just been like slowly going up, and then boom, like.
Right.
What's Cutter saying right now? Do your best Cutter impression about the stock market.
Really fucking bad, Jamie. Bad. We're going into recession. I'm so fucking bad.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking bad. But then he's like always talking about what he wants to buy.
What does he want to buy?
How much time you got? Like,
but see,
everywhere he'll look, everywhere he turns, he'll be inspired by what needs to change. We talked about this when you were here. We go outside, and instead of him being like, man, look at our house, man, it's awesome. He'll be like, we need to seal this stone, and we want new umbrellas, and I'm gonna get this. But like, this is like everywhere. Like we'll get in bed and I'll think like, oh, I love my bed so much. I'm like so lucky to be in this like cozy bed. And he'll be like, I think I want new sheets. I'm like, everything with him. It's bananas.
Man, what's with that guy's
his anxiety
attitude, huh?
Am I right? Now, a quick word from our sponsor.
Bamboo, baby.
I don't know if they're a sponsor today, but I
don't think today.
God willing.
Not.
That would have been good.
There was by the way, Jamie, you haven't started Love on the Spectrum US yet?
No, I just finished Yellowstone. That's why.
Jamie, just watch just the first episode. After you watch the first episode, we need to have a big talk.
I will. I'm very tired lately.
Maybe do one episode a week so that we can talk about it when you get back on the pod.
What's going on with your energy? Why are you tired?
Christina P said if you don't stop eating on the pod, she's going to stop listening.
Me?
Yeah, she said if Jamie keeps eating on the pod, I'm done.
Do I eat that much on the pod?
I didn't think so, but it probably just stands out. Jeez. What did you saw her today? What'd you guys do?
I did your mom's house.
Oh yeah, how was?
Yeah, you did.
It was fun.
Yeah,
we had a good time. Yeah,
so fun.
Love Christina P.
So fun.
The best. Oh yeah, I did. Where My Mom's At this week. Her podcast that came.
That's what I mean. That's what I did.
Oh yeah.
What did I say? I said YMH. No, I meant where your mom. Where my mom's
I did. At. Where My Mom's At. It is out right now. You guys can go watch it. Where My Mom's At channel, and then, or if it's on the YMH channel, I don't know. And then I did Dr. Drew's episode, which I think comes out Friday. I did Dr. Drew After Dark.
Yeah. Cool. How was that?
It was good. It was.
Give us a teaser. What'd you guys talk about?
Just everything. We just had fun. We were just.
Give me more.
I don't know.
Give her more.
I could if I would. I don't know. We just had a good time. We just talked about like, a little bit of addiction, a little bit of like watching funny videos, a little bit of, we just, I don't know. We just had a.
Dr. Drew likes funny videos.
Dr. Drew. Yeah. Well, what happens is Christina P will like give the guys videos to show him and ask like what he thinks about them, like TikToks or whatever. What did you guys talk about on Where My Mom's At? Oh
my God. We talked about so many different things. We talked about kids, we talked about our husbands, and then we talked about like guys we would want to bone in Hollywood, or like who is like our hall passes.
Interesting.
What are you wondering if you
Which was so interesting because as I was talking with her about it, I realized I'm like, I never have the feeling of wanting to have sex with anyone. Like I don't look at like
there's the clip.
We gotta get your
Jesus.
What is it? Esther? If it's testosterone
Libido?
or men, do we
your
get
Esther Fitzgerald test?
we gotta get your Ella Fitzgerald tested, babe.
My Ella Fitzgerald is low.
Yeah.
I meant other than Cutter. Like I can look at other actors and think they're hot, but at the same time never think I want to fuck him. Like it's literally, it's just not where my brain goes. It's weird. So I had to think really hard and she wasn't letting me off the hook. Like I had to give her people. But to me, it was more like who I really want to be friends with.
Oh yeah. We've asked you, and what don't you come up with like Judd Apatow? Like,
yeah, that's what I said.
Carell.
Steve Carell.
Like,
that's what I said. Steve Carell, Judd Apatow.
Bullshit. You know, it's like Momo Futulu. What's that guy? What's the guy who was Aquaman?
Mahershala? Oh, Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
Wait, what do you
Momoa.
think his name was?
Jason Momoa.
Mumu Fatulu?
No, I said Jason Momoa.
I would love to be friends with Jason Momoa.
But I think you want to bang him.
My friend is friends with Jason Momoa.
He'd
Great
come out
guy.
of your pool. You'd go nuts. Right?
Loves a drink.
And
Loves a beer.
He would. What if he was in my pool?
Yeah, like I would see him
Jason
getting out of
Momoa?
the pool and like not using the steps. You know, he just like hops himself up on the side, and then you see him like flip his
He's got
hair
a
That's what
back.
I
trident.
mean.
Yeah, he has
I
like
can look
so
at
many
these
tribal
guys
tats.
and be like so hot, but like not want to fuck them.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
think you're
Is that
just sick
weird?
of people touching you. That's why, right? Because the kids are always
I'm very
like,
sick. I'm so touched out.
yeah. See,
Even
I'm the,
Bo, I was like, I want to cuddle. I'm like, dude, I can't. Don't.
you're gonna give him
No.
a complex, Jamie.
I know. I was thinking about that.
Yeah. Give him a random blowjob sometime this next week. Okay. Just, I mean, keep it fresh.
Cutter?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was just saying Bo was trying to cuddle. me.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're talking
I
about
was like, Jesus Christ, man! You said that,
that
real
was really
casually.
upsetting. That was really upsetting.
Man.
I really actually hated that. We can get out of the episode.
Jack, it would be so rude
Oh,
to Jack.
yeah, sorry. I thought we were talking about Cutter. Woof. Anyways, though, when you got a
that's
moment
that
with Bo
COVID
this
brain.
week-
COVID turned you into a fucking
COVID
child
brain.
molester, huh?
Oh, that's gross.
What's in these
Cutter is
I'm in the
fine.
fog.
what's in these
These Zevias?
protein
I would cuddle with Cutter
spike
all
proteins?
the time. He won't cuddle with me. He's not a cuddler.
Oh, really? Huh?
No.
That's interesting. He wants to make out but not cuddle. You
And
would
he'll
think-
say like he does, but he's not. He'll always be like, "Oh, sorry, my back. I can't. My arm is hurting. My back.
I think a good 5-10 minute cuddle, great. Anything more than that, you know, in movies and TV shows where they show like people sleep, like the way couples sleep together, and the chick's always like in the guy's armpit. You know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And her hands over him, and their like faces are right there. Like when I sleep, faces are facing apart, butts are not touching. Am I not just a romantic?
Cutter and I have like a pillow between us.
Yes,
That's
it's like a
romantic.
barrier, something. It doesn't.
Yep.
It doesn't seem realistic when people fall asleep on each other in movies.
See, I think it's like if you're watching a movie or doing something, it's like, oh yeah, lay on me this. But then after, like, you can't. What are you going? You can't sleep like that. You wake up and your arms asleep. Like you
That's
can't
what
do
I'm
it.
saying. It's not realistic.
Wow, we're pod.
This is pod, dude.
This is pod.
Christina P, dude. Let us know how good this pod was.
Yeah, now we're podding.
I'm so
me a
sorry.
Sharpie
I
question.
should have never tried to reschedule the pod I was going to do with her. I just got written off completely.
That's what happened, man.
Ugh.
You got capitulated.
I was going to come in and do rock talk with
You
her.
capitulated.
She capitulated. I tried to catch the falling knife. Just you don't do it. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what you don't
Fuck
do.
are you
Well,
guys talking?
I went to 0.
Yeah, we're all going to 0. Wag me, babe.
Oh, this is a
Wag me.
nagami, dude.
Sunglass season is here, and we have the best option because there's no better option than our friends at Shady Rays. Shady Rays is an independent sunglass company that offers a world-class product that's just as good as any of the expensive pairs that we've worn, but they are durable, extremely clear with polarized lenses for outdoor living and beyond. And that is not all. This is my favorite part because Shady Rays offers the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by the lost and broken replacements. So if you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us that they will send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. So adventure without worry and wear your Shady Rays with confidence.
Ooh.
That's right. They also provide 10 meals to fight hunger in America with every order and have donated over 20 million meals to date. Look good in your shades and feel good by making an impact. If you don't love them, exchange them for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop with Shady Rays. Their team always has your back.
Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to SHADYRAYS.com and use code Pajama for 50% off
Whoa.
2 or more pair of
Whoa.
polarized sunglasses. Very important to have those sunglasses polarized, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, Jamie, it's interesting you said
What?
to do a Sharpie question because the last couple of weeks I haven't had my Sharpie questions.
We've been
No.
all out of sorts.
Yeah, all over the shop even.
We're all
Right.
over the shop. We're ships in the night. We're all out of sorts.
Okay, how do you guys feel? So my friends are getting married. in August.
Congratulations.
Yes, I'm going to go east, and we're going to Maine for their wedding. And they were talking to me the other night, and they were like, "What songs do you want to hear at the wedding?" Or like, "Can you give us any good ones?" Like we're making a list, and like we think you might have some good ones. So I start giving them just banger after banger, and
let's get down to business.
Was that one of the songs you gave him?
No.
What is a banger to you?
By the way, Jack loves that song. Now it's on the playlist.
Yeah, of course. What's a banger? Like, old school club hits, like that original Justin Timberlake shit, Nelly Furtado, Timberland, like those days of just like
Rob likes the early 2000s.
That's like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, it's like some of it's a bit, but what it can you handle me the way like that shit, bangers. And we got to one, and I forget what song it was. It wasn't like Room Keys or like whatever hotel. It was something, and they were like, "Oh, well, that has R. Kelly on it." And I was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Yeah, we don't want to play any like controversial artists at the wedding."
Are people going to literally be like, "Nope, not dancing"?
Right. Meanwhile, there'll be
dancing.
people doing fucking coke in the bathroom, but all of a sudden you put on like R. Kelly, and all of a sudden somebody's gonna have a fucking thing. Give me a break. Like, there's people doing like lines of coke off the like toilet paper holder in the fucking stall. It's like people
Is that the move?
Yeah, people can hear a fucking R. Kelly song, but my question is like, how do you guys feel about that shit? Like playing controversial music?
I don't think if I was in the middle of jamming on the dance floor, I would even register.
No, of course not. But I'm talking about if you're throwing a party, like
I wouldn't. My head wouldn't go there.
Right. So what would you do if somebody came up and they were like, you just played Michael Jackson and I'm triggered?
At my party?
At Jamie's party.
I'd go like this.
You'd give the Jordan shrug. What about you, Cass?
Oh, I mean, I would, if it was my party and somebody came up and said they were triggered, I'd be like, "Oh, you can just take a time out then." I feel like I had this conversation earlier today. There is no part of me that won't ever enjoy a Michael Jackson song. I think I can separate the artist from the person.
From the scandal.
I think if we're gonna like make sure we draw some sort of line in the sand, then you've got to get rid of most of the stuff that you like if you're trying to look at the person behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I just saw Top Gun
podding with you.
I saw Top Gun twice in the theater, and I have an enormous issue with Scientology and Tom Cruise's involvement in that. But at the same time, I understand the guy is an absolute movie star. And I enjoyed that movie immensely. And so much so I saw it twice. Like I can understand that there are nuances and there are like, people can be, it's not just black and white. You can kind of live in an in-between area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, I think it's one thing if you're like, "Oh, I'm a billionaire and I'm throwing a party and I'm going to have R. Kelly come sing in my backyard and pay him $1 million." I think it's very different. Or even like maybe buying CDs could even be like if someone's doing that, it's like, yeah, I could see why you wouldn't want somebody to do that. But if we're at a fucking party, there's only so many songs that really fuck. And R. Kelly's on a few of them.
I think that it's easier for me to completely write off R. Kelly because there's less songs than like a Michael Jackson. Although there are like 3 or 4 R. Kelly songs that are absolute goddamn bangers. But if I were to lose those songs for the rest of my life, I think nothing would change for me. If I never heard another Michael Jackson song, I would,
it would be hard.
After a while, I'd be like, I just need to hear it, dude. Don't
you feel like Michael Jackson songs too are more dancing songs than R. Kelly?
It depends what R. Kelly song, but I got to say for me, I think ultimately R. Kelly songs might bring me more joy than all of Michael Jackson songs, which is crazy to say.
Do you think it's because they hit you when you were in the
it's
middle of your
it's
drug?
Where he relates his life.
It's that time of life, but it's also like he had a CD. They came out with a record, him and Jay-Z, called Best of Both Worlds. That people just don't really like. It wasn't something that a lot of people listen to, but we used to do like L rides, which is like somebody picks you up, roll a blunt, and you just like drive around the FDR. Like you go all the way to the end of the FDR drive in New York, and then you circle around, and then you just come back. And that would be like, we would just play that fucking, when that album came out, play that album and smoke, just like driving on the fucking FDR. And it's like, it's so good. We're like Michael Jackson. It's like, you were
already like, Michael Jackson looked insane and his music wasn't that great by the time you were partying.
No, it's not even that. It's more so that like I've heard every Michael Jackson song so many times everywhere I've ever been that if I never heard one again, it's like, listen, Billie Jean. Like there's songs where it's like, fuck, this is so. But if I never heard it again, I'd be all right. Like we're like, man, if I'm dancing at a party and you're telling me R. Kelly's up next or Michael Jackson, to R. Kelly every time.
Oh, I'm the other way.
Oh
yeah. I mean, what you hear a remix to Ignition,
Woo!
Great, but like that's really the only one that I. What's the other one? The fly.
You wanna come to my hotel? Hey,
yeah, there's like 4 of them, but like Michael Jackson has like 50 certified bangers.
He's great, and like the Jackson 5 shit is so strong, and like I know it's so good, but the thing is, it's like there's nothing. I could never listen to a Michael Jackson song and feel like, God, I haven't heard this in so long, or like it quenches this thing I've needed, because you always hear.
I think it's just your specific experience, because like I had Thriller on a tape, and I would go, and I lived in Florida, and I would go in my backyard and pop the tape in and clip it on my Sony Walkman and just sit outside and like scare myself because Vincent Price is like laughing, and and like I had like an experience just by myself listening to that. So whenever I heard it, it took me back to like that cool time. But yeah, I can totally appreciate why you would rather hear R. Kelly, because you were just happy, you were out of your mind having the best time of your life on it.
Best of what, and that was just like driving around, but going to like clubs in New York and hearing those songs. And here's the difference for me. It's like, I know Michael Jackson's music is better and it's so revolutionary and he's fucking incredible in this, but I hear it everywhere I go. I hear it at the mall. Like if I go to the store, it's like Michael Jackson is on this. It's like, yeah, I get it. Like, where like with R. Kelly, it's like, if I don't put on an R. Kelly song for 2 years, I probably don't hear an R. Kelly song for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, I have to go. So like, I'll forget for years, where it's like with Michael Jackson, it's never like that. Like, you get in a fucking Uber, Michael Jackson's on, you get in it's just
not to say that we believe any of the things that we're about to say, but who was worse in his personal life?
I mean, it depends, right? If you're doing this to children, you're the worst, allegedly, but we don't know that he did, right? Like there's where R. Kelly, we know, like R. Kelly's like, yeah, I did all that.
He was guilty. I mean, he was guilty.
But forget about innocent or guilty.
Here's my opinion.
He said, I did.
R. Kelly is more evil. Michael Jackson is just fucked up, like traumatized.
I think I agree with that.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The argument is, was Michael Jackson more evil, but he was doing all that stuff to make it seem like he wasn't? Because here's the deal, right? Somebody like Macaulay Culkin says, Michael Jackson never touched me. Yeah. And there's other people who say
Corey
Michael
Feldman.
Jackson never touched me.
Yeah.
I don't know about Corey Feldman.
No, he said he never touched him. Yeah.
Well, and here's my thing. Allegedly,
and Corey Feldman wouldn't lie.
Exactly.
He's 100% a truth sayer. Yeah.
But there's an argument that Michael Jackson was so evil because the thought is he really was getting people like Macaulay Culkin to get close to him and, come to my house and sleep over and this. And I never did I ever touch you, Macaulay? Macaulay's like, no, of course not. He's like, well, then can you get on the stand and tell people that and this? While allegedly he's actually taking other kids who have no voice and playing like, let's lose the Matchbox car.
I mean, maybe, what I think is like, I think the way I rationalize it, I'm not saying it's wrong or right, but I rationalize it like.
You're not saying it's wrong or right.
I'm not. What's so funny about that?
It's just like this situation. You're like, look, I'm not saying it's wrong.
I'm just telling you how I'm rationalizing.
I know.
So it's like Michael Jackson was abused as a kid, had his childhood. He didn't have a normal childhood. It was taken away. He was working. So I can understand how he was stunted emotionally and maybe the things that he did, like how those things came about. I don't understand how R. Kelly ends up running a sex cult, keeping women like locked up and trapped and like.
But wasn't the R. Kelly documentary like it talked about his abuse as a child and how horrible it was?
I didn't like I don't know that. Is that what happened?
I think I could be wrong, but I think so. I think I watched some of it and it was like horrible things happened to this kid. Like
I would assume something happened. Yeah, I would assume something happened to him. I'm just saying I understand the Michael Jackson one. It's just like he's got Peter Pan syndrome. It was his childhood was stolen. His dad beat him. Like I get all that. Not to say any of it was right. It's not, but I'm a Michael Jackson stan.
He's in the back, like mainlining fucking Propadol. Like,
he's asking to like see kids' buttholes. That's a rough one.
At the minimum. While he's like shooting up Propadol.
That's what the kids said. He asked to see their butts.
Yeah, it was like go to the edge of the bed and like lean, like bend over, and then I want to like look in your butthole and then do stuff. like crazy,
That's
crazy.
what he did? I never knew this.
It's just funny to hear you say
Well,
it.
listen, these are allegedly. This is in the documentary. I think it's on
Yeah.
HBO. You go and watch it, and what
Yeah.
these kids say is like, yeah, he did all this horrible shit. But
Yeah.
just to put the other side out there, it's like, you know, people are like, well, these kids are lying in this. We're like, I don't think, like, look, I'm just saying what the other side is and what people like allegedly say. I think it's all fucking, you know, like, why would somebody, listen, I don't have the answers. You don't got the answers, Sway. Robbie don't have the answers, you know?
We can,
Who
the
does?
point is we can like their music and not have to like the person.
Well, here's what came up is they were talking about like what music they can't play. And of course you go to R. Kelly and fucking, Michael Jackson, but then one song was they were like, oh, you know that song that's like da 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 da, hey, ba da,
Yeah, like at a ball game they'd play.
yeah, and they were like, yeah, you know, you can't play that, and we're like, what? And like,
Why?
look, I don't know, Cass, could you look it up and see like why? But what is that song called? Like, hey, getting.
This is a good question. How do we Google this?
Yeah, what do we Shazam me?
Is
doing
it
that?
the one? Da-na-na-na-na, hey. Da-na-na-na-na-na,
Yeah, see, you're more of a musician, so you
hey.
probably get those. You probably get that beat more.
I don't
accurate
think
than
there's
I
a
do.
song. I don't
Uh,
think
I'm going to tell you what Cassim Googles. You ready?
What kind of sport would you say?
Any
Hockey?
baseball.
So wait, why you don't know why they can't hear the song?
I forget what he did, and I don't want to say it and be like way off.
Who is the he?
People
The
come.
guy that
People
says
come
hey?
to this. People come to this pod for real, alleged
Who
news.
is he? There's no artist on this song.
Yeah,
quote
like who do you
unquote.
think says hey?
All right, a bunch of people. I thought it was.
Hey.
Artist Gary Glitter.
Okay, let's see Gary Glitter.
Oh, he's a pedophile. It all comes back.
See?
It all comes back.
Yeah. So allegedly, this
Okay.
guy is a pedophile.
The guy who wrote and made the Hey song.
Hey.
Yeah.
They're all pedophiles.
All of them. Wow.
And it says he's a former singer and convicted pedophile who's 77 years old. He's still in jail. And he's the artist behind a bunch of songs, I think. But do you really want to touch me, huh?
Oh, is that him? Do you really want to know?
Do you really wanna make me cry? No, that's fucking
Oh,
Boy George or
that was-
like something.
That was Jamie. I was like, oh, this song's weird.
Yeah, that was boy Jorge.
Those of you who've been listening to this pod know that I am sleeping like a baby. I had a fantastic mattress, right? Didn't think any new mattress would ever be as good. The nice folks at Helix Sleep said, oh, okay, why don't you try our mattress on for size? And I was like, okay, we'll see. I took an online quiz, told them how I slept. I slept on my side. It popped out a mattress selection for me. It came to my door in a box. I put it over my bed frame. I cut open the plastic and it unfolded. It unfurled into position. And I will tell you that this new mattress is better than my leading memory foam mattress that I had before it. It's incredible. And the process to get it to my door and into my bed frame is super easy.
It was so easy. And you know what? I think when it comes to something like a mattress where you spend so much time on, this is something you should absolutely invest time and research and money on. And the fact that they do like the work for you, you just have to answer questions. I love when you feel like you're having a very well-researched product without having to actually do the research yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/pajama. That's HELIXSLEEP.com/pajama.
Okay, well, let me explain to these boys and you at home, what is Shopify? Shopify gives entrepreneurs the resources once reserved only for big business. So think upstarts, startups, established businesses alike, where you can sell everywhere, synchronize online and in-person sales, and effortlessly stay informed. They help scaling your business to be a journey of endless possibility. And believe me, with Mama Said, when we started selling our t-shirts and our mugs and our bags, it was such a seamless process for us because they helped us with all of the things that as a small business and a small podcast, we didn't know how to do. They power millions of businesses, like Mama said, from first sale to full scale. They help you reach customers online, across social networks, with an ever-growing suite of channel integrations and apps, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, more. They help you gain insights as you grow with detailed reportings of conversion rates and profit margins and beyond. And it's just more than a store. It truly grows with you. And this is a possibility because it is powered by Shopify.
Well, listen to the queen of commercials and go to shopify.com/pajama, all lowercase, for a free 14-day trial and get full access to Shopify's entire suite of features. Grow your business with Shopify today. Who doesn't want to grow their business? Go to shopify.com/pajama right now. That's shopify.com/pajama.
Have you been watching Housewives, Rob?
No. What's going on? Good.
Beverly Hills.
You know what I started
Yes,
doing, to
back.
be honest? I started watching like the first 5 minutes of episodes when they're like last week on Housewives. I would just watch that and then not watch the show just to see like if anything insane happened. I just can't do it anymore. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
my attention for it's
Well,
gone. I stopped
you're
watching
in love.
Jersey. No, it's not because I'm in
That's
love.
what it is.
No,
It
it's
is.
not.
When
It was
when
before
you're
that,
having all
Jamie.
the good feelings, you're like, oh, I'm done with this shit for a little while.
Oh, what are you trying to say, Jamie? You're not in love?
I mean, not like you.
No, Jamie. It was before. It was before I met this wonderful person.
Okay.
You want to read some emails?
Look at this
Yeah.
guy. Wow.
Has him up. I knew it was happening.
He pulled it up and then fired the question. Wow.
I want to see.
This one's titled Rob Having Kids. And this was actually something I wanted to ask you while you were watching me eat spaghetti about a half hour ago. So I'm glad we had an email question about it.
Yeah, we got here like an hour ago and we sat at the kitchen and Kasim had refrigerated pasta, refrigerated sauce, and he threw them in the microwave, which is just so anti-Italian. It really is, throwing that stuff in the microwave, I feel.
It was fresh yesterday and my mama made it.
Yeah, but at least
That's
you could
nice.
reheat the sauce, but then just make it takes 10 minutes. To
Jamie,
boil
is
boil
your
the
favorite
water.
sauce your mom's sauce?
Rayos.
What'd you say?
Rayo's, not her mom's. Rayo sauce. is better, she's saying.
Rayos. Okay, that's an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
It's but it's like
Now they jar
jarred.
it up. Now they jar it up.
Is the jar as good?
Yeah, it's great.
All right. That's an
It's
answer.
very
It's
good.
terrible.
Hello, Jamie, Cass, and Rob from the UK. I wanted to speak on the topic of Rob's indecisiveness about not having kids and maybe later regretting it. You mentioned, Rob, that you hear horror stories from the friends with children. And as Jamie will tell you, there are indeed some tough times, but there are also some great times. And those are the very best times of your life
Mhm.
that you will cherish, really cherish and miss as you grow older. For example, my 4-year-old son might get angry with me about something so small to me, such as reminding him to go wash his hands after going to the toilet. He gets so mad at me for mentioning it that he might try to hit or push me away, but he then goes and does it. Just a few minutes after this, he'll come up and sit on my lap, and we might laugh about a silly observation on one of his programs on TV, and having that little giggle together, that connection you have with this little person you helped create and bring into this world is the absolute best feeling in the world. What does Jamie think? I wanted to also mention that when my son was born, I was 35, and when my daughter was born, I was 38. I'll be 40 in September, and in those 3 years, I noticed a real difference in being able to cope with sleepless nights / tantrums, etc. Let's just say it doesn't get easier. Anyway, I love the pod, and you three have brought so much joy to my workday. I'm a courier, and so driving all day long, and I can't wait for that hour on a Monday. All the best. Silvio from Cambridge, United Kingdom. Thanks.
this-
Silvio.
That was something that me and Christina P talked about, where she said she would hate being an Amazon driver the most because they track like what you do. And if like you're not keeping up with other people, like if it's like, oh,
You have a
Mhm.
performance.
yeah,
score.
Henry did 300 packages, you did 8, you know? And it's like,
Right.
what are you really doing? Where she's like, oh, I loved my other jobs that I had before this because I could like figure out ways to do the least. And she's like, if you're an Amazon driver or
Right.
a courier, you really gotta get shit done.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's why you get those stories where the warehouse employees piss in bottles because they don't want to take the time to go to the bathroom because it means they're less productive.
Shout out to
No.
Amazon, allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, thanks, Silvio, for your service. And yes, oh my God, of course, like the funny moments with your kids, or to me, it's like watching them enjoy something. Like watching Bo play sports right now is so awesome to just see him having fun. And I like to, more than even interacting with me, I like to watch my kids interact with other people. Like seeing who your kids are out in the world, to me, is actually the most fun of parenting.
I enjoy your kids, in the way that I see them grow from, year to year, the couple of years, that we've been doing the pod. I've seen, them really change and grow and like learn things. And just from me who sees them, a couple times a year right now, it's like really fun to see a person like change in that way. Or when I'm doing when we're doing this coloring book, like how smart he is, how quick he is with certain things. And like, I honestly don't interact with kids really in any other capacity. Like I have little nieces, but I don't see them as often either. And so I really only get to see it from Bo and Jack. And so it's really fun for me to like see how smart kids, because usually like you grow up, you don't have kids, you go, oh, kids are dumb, they don't know shit, and then I'll do like the coloring book with Bo and like watch him create a character in like 5 minutes, come up with like his origin story, come up with the superpowers, the costume, and like it's so impressive to me.
Well, they're in a perpetual state of play, and when you take them out is like when they've got to do like the mundane shit for you, that like you're trying to like get them along to do the day. But my kids are always playing. And whenever I take the time to really be like, okay, I'm going to be really present now, they feel the difference that you're like fully with them. Like you're not going to check your phone. You're not going to get up any minute. Like you're fully committed and you're there with them. They play so great and they just love it. And so and I love it too. So yes, like those little moments you share with your kids are awesome. But like I said, I think it's you notice how much more they grow almost when they talk to other people. Because like, you're like, oh, wow, look at you, like holding your own and being your own person here with somebody else. You're so used to like your own dynamic with your kid. You almost get stuck in it sometimes. That's honestly why working has been so nice for me, because I get moments away for them to like come back and like really notice things more than maybe if I was there every day.
See, I didn't enjoy watching Bo play sports. I enjoyed watching Bo watch people watch him play sports, because that's all he really does. Like he loves, like you said, he loves like the gear. He loves the like he loves standing in the batter's box, just like getting and that, like, he's so into it. Like he, like that, like, and he would every time just throw the looks over and make sure everyone's looking at him. And then it's like even hard, like, he wants to make it look like he's just like at the first like pitch he would swing at and miss, it was like, but
what's so funny is he doesn't do that when he plays lacrosse. Because there's like no time to you're just action. And
no time.
He dominates. He dominates in lacrosse. It's fucking crazy. Yeah. It's so cool to watch. Even he's doing this, like he goes at night from 7 to 8:30 with these college kids that are running like a camp over the next couple of weeks. So smart of them, by the way. And they were like, yo, he's great. Like he's so in it because he can't stop. In baseball, there's so much stop and start. Like that's where like daydreaming Bo goes. But I also do love that he is also so creative and like artistic. And he, like when he has nothing to do, he'll sit down and color. Our nanny just got him Roblox, hockey, and baseball coloring books. And he spent like 4 hours coloring yesterday. It's crazy.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, I got an email here that I think you guys are going to want to listen to.
I want to hear it.
Here comes our boy.
This one's titled Phil from Long Island's Daughter.
Oh, I thought it was Phil. You get that cadence with Phil, but I guess it's the whole family.
Yeah. Hey guys, Phil told me, it's weird that she's calling her dad Phil. Phil told me about the episode from back in September where y'all commented on the picture he sent, and he did send in a photo, if you remember, of him and his daughter. I listened and I thought it was hilarious. I first had to let him know that he was lucky that was the picture he chose, or he would have been in trouble. You know how parents think their kids look good in every pic, but we don't. Although I am happy that you realized I wasn't gross, as Rob put it. I watched Sopranos years. No, you said she wasn't gross.
I know, but that's still kind of a wild thing to say. Sometimes I
No, she was pretty.
Myself.
I watched Sopranos years ago. That sounds like a compliment from you.
Although I'm happy that you realized that wasn't gross, as Rob put it. Yeah, okay.
I watched Sopranos years ago when it was on TV and loved it. Didn't even know there was a podcast now.
Sorry, I think maybe what I said was because it was Phil.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Yeah. I don't think it was like, oh, what do you think of her looks? And I was like, well, she's not gross.
Don't listen.
No,
to
you
her.
didn't say it like
I
that.
know. We're big Phil.
You
we're
were
Phil
shocked
Maxies.
she wasn't gross.
But don't go back to the episode. Just take my word for it. I didn't.
Yeah,
Go
right.
ahead.
You're all very entertaining to listen to. I checked out a couple episodes and laughed hysterically when you discussed people cracking sunflower seeds. That, my friends, is something you either know how to do or don't. In my extended family, there are bags full of it circulated after dinner. Huge piles of shells fill the tables. You got to crack the pointy center with your front middle teeth, and your tongue grabs the seed out. Anyway, ahead of Father's Day, here's a pic from way back when. Yes, you have my permission to post it if you like. And here's a picture of Phil with
Oh wow, Phil's
looking
popping
good.
him out young, huh?
Phil's looking good. This is just a regular. People had kids when they were in there, like when they were barely 30, you know?
Right, yeah.
Oh, my parents were like 24.
Yeah.
God, how many of those shirts do you think got sold back in the day? Look at that shirt he's wearing.
The white button up.
The white button-up short sleeve.
Yeah, that's
Oh my
definitely
God.
somebody who was born in like the 50s, you know, 40s or 50s. That was a big shirt to have, you know, with the Ray-Ban Wayfarer glasses and the white button down. Great. Thanks for sending the email.
I was gonna ask another question off of here, but I just thought of a question, babe. Let's say I was gonna move to Austin. What would you want to do before I left?
Oh, like a send off?
Is there no, just in general, like, is it like, oh, we should go like have dinner or like go catch a sunset or is it just like, yeah, well,
I think, knowing you, we would want to
Jamie's face.
We would want to catch a sunset. But I will have the hot tub installed, but I'd love to get you in the hot water, get you in for a soak.
Yeah.
This
is going good. I'm happy I asked this.
I'd get you in for a soak. We'd probably go to Air One, go to the beach for sunset.
Wow, he's courting
on the
you.
beach. Come back, do a soak.
Whoa.
Finish it with a hot soak.
Whoa.
Give you a
nice.
give you a ride home.
Oh no!
And then he'll let you drink all the water that's in the hot tub after.
Ooh. Okay.
You know what's so funny is that he never drinks any of my water.
Never.
Because he comes with his own.
He comes with his own. This is strange. This is normally not a Fiji guy. Normally, what happened?
I do whatever Amazon has. I like the Poland Spring, but they've been having this Fiji, and it doesn't agree with me. It's not optimal for me. But if that's all they got, what am I going to do?
We were going to buy Berkey water filters from the advice that we received from you.
That's Chapo over there.
Yeah.
Trying to get me arrested.
But we can't buy them in California. That's a
illegal.
whole thing. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Because one thing that I want to do before I go, there's like 3. I know you were never like a fan of The Office, but I would love. No, Cass.
No, I like The Office. I just didn't watch all of it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean,
but I thought it was funny and well written and well acted.
Right, but I'm saying if you're like I didn't watch it, like I'm saying like I know you weren't like a, you know what I mean, like most of the fans of The Office I knew watched the show.
I wouldn't say I'm a fan,
but that's what I said. But you corrected me.
I was like, you weren't a fan. Yeah, you just. Well, but then when you say that, it makes me think that you'd think I don't like it. I did. Like
no.
Right,
but there's like 3 episodes to me. Like, listen, it's not like the show was fucking great forever. But there were like, I don't know how many, 3 or 4 seasons. It could be 5 where it was.
No, there was a lot.
So good. But there's like 3 episodes in there of moments I remember where I was like, I can't believe how hard I'm laughing at TV.
Yeah.
And there's like three episodes that I'd want to watch with you for sure. Just to see.
So you want to do that on your send off?
Before, if I was gonna move before we left, I'd wanna have some days where we checked out some episodes of The Office.
And then go for a
so
soak?
Cute.
Sure, yeah. Yeah. Big soak guy.
Just go and just give him a soak. Give him a soak, Rob.
Yeah, I'll get in the tub with you, babe.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Take it easy. Am I the whole reason you're getting the tub?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a 2-person tub.
Sounds like it.
It's a barrel.
Yeah, could you imagine? I was picturing like the hot tub without 2 of the sides. It's just like we're eye to eye in the tub.
Mm-hmm.
We had a hot tub in the
we could be butt to butt
in the Airbnb we went to.
Yeah, we did. I feel like we didn't take as much advantage of it as we should have.
But you went in?
I think we went in once, right?
Yeah, we went in once. We played with those chickens a whole lot, but we didn't use that tub as much.
Yeah.
I got one more email.
Give it.
Go for it, bro.
Hey, it's Billy. I've sent a few emails. I'm also Evening Head. You guys know Evening Head
that's the guy you don't like.
No, I've come around on Evening Head.
Yeah, we all.
He apologized.
Yeah. I've come back. I accepted him with open arms once he apologized.
He repented.
He did repent. PJ Pants and SmartLess.
Now he's got to capitulate.
PJ Pants and SmartLess are my 2 favorite pods.
Mine too.
I really get excited for Mondays because SmartLess and Pajama Pants both post new episodes to Spotify. It blew my mind. Jamie listens to it too. I was so excited to talk to her about the pod and all their inside jokes, like how they finished the pod with "bye" and Terry from Wisconsin. But then I had to remind myself, Jamie is a literal celebrity and I don't actually know you guys. It's a weird and sad dynamic that you guys are my best friends, but we never have and never will meet. Never say never, unless you like to soak. I've had at least chatted with Rob on Reddit, and I do tell everyone I'm friends with AJ from The Sopranos, so judge me. And I don't know, I just love if Jamie
that's how you know we're not friends.
That's right. And I don't know, I just love if Jamie talked about her favorite parts of SmartLess once in a while. P.S. Also, I used to listen to YMH for my entire 12-hour shifts at work, so I know all that lore too. But if Christina P is listening to this pod, hi, Tommy Buns.
So, Jamie, he wants you to talk about your favorite parts of SmartLess.
Well, I just think that they are such witty guys.
What's
like
SmartLess?
Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes.
Great.
And they each surprise each other with the guest of the day. Like one person knows, I believe, unless it's just like an act. But they have really interesting conversations. Like I listened to Ben Stiller recently and Katherine Hahn. But for instance, for Katherine Hahn,
Who's that?
You would know her. She's
a
in everything.
fantastic character actress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's truly one of my favorite.
She was in
actresses.
WandaVision
She's
recently.
fucking
I'm sure
amazing.
You remember?
Never saw.
Step Brothers. She plays the
mom.
No, she plays Adam Scott's wife, the asshole brother's wife, who's like super into John C. Reilly, and they keep meeking out and fucking around. If you saw her, you'd be like, "Oh my god, this girl." So, but they could like barely get through the interview with her because they laughed so hard because they're all just really funny people. And I think that they because they are of the caliber that they are and they've worked as long as they have, just ask really interesting questions, and they've all kind of transitioned within their careers to directing and have different backgrounds. And I don't know. It's just a world I'm really interested in. And I think that they're all really talented. So I really like listening to them, and I like the types of guests that they have on.
Would you go on it?
They would never ask me, but yes.
Well, let's put it out there. Let's put it out in the universe.
It's fun. They do like every intro that they do when they introduce you, they say everything false about you, like completely different. Like they were introducing Kristen Wiig, and they're like, many don't know that, she was born in a small village in the lower part of Africa and didn't discover electricity till she was 13.
You could be the first guest that surprises all 3 of them. Just show up.
They'll be like, yeah, we've got about 10 questions for you. That's it. Anyway, it's a great podcast, and it's one I recently found, and I really, really like it.
All right, I have a Sharpie question that I want to ask Jamie and then Cass. Jamie, I might have asked you this at at your house. So wait, I'll start off with, how many hairs do you think are on the human head?
10,000.
Cass?
It's not a bad guess. I feel like just to be different, I'd say 50,000.
Yeah, it's 100,000 for the average hair, and you lose 50. Everyone, I think it said, loses 50 to 100 hairs a day. And then the other thing I wanted to ask, I think I asked you, Jamie. If I did, don't answer, and we'll just ask Cass. What is hair? Do you know what hair is? Didn't I ask you at your house?
It's a cell.
No. What is hair?
What is hair?
It's a dead cell, or it's just it's like a cell, right?
When I looked into it, my research brought me to it's a protein.
Oh, really?
Hair?
But it could be a cell too, I guess, right? Like, isn't everything?
What?
I don't. Oh man, we went too far into the smarts.
Is this too much?
We went too far into
This
the
is
smarts.
Did I think I was being smart, but I sounded
my
really
brain
dumb?
hurts so bad.
Oh, we
This
just
question was
capitulated.
too much, especially almost an hour in. What are you, crazy? It's 10 o'clock where
You're
I
right.
live.
You're right,
Jimmy,
James.
this is the first time I think in 145 episodes you've given me shit. Go ahead. Go
Yes,
ahead. I
I
don't
don't
mind
like
it.
this question. This is too hard.
Hey, it's taken
I'm in
145
pain.
episodes, and you don't like a question. I'll take that.
I'm
I'll
in
take it.
pain.
Yeah,
Look at
don't
you
answer.
taking it right on
I
the
don't want
chin.
to talk about it anymore.
there were probably other questions I asked you early on about sex that you didn't like too, but we've moved
This one
past that.
offended me the most.
When we're when we're not in the room together, I don't enjoy asking you sexual questions as much. It's weird over
Yeah, I get
the Zoom. I feel like I'm in a meeting asking the person about sex. It's weird. One quick thing I wanted to tell you guys: when I was at the bachelor party, went to dinner with 10 guys.
Sounds like heaven.
Food, yeah. The only hot tub was the only thing missing there. Like food,
Did you go
everybody's
for a
eating.
soak?
Yeah, full, very good food. South Carolina, very good food. People are drinking. Some people are drinking like old fashions, like real drinks, not just like beers, whatever.
Yeah,
10 guys. Bill comes. How much do you think it is, Jane?
$2,500.
Cass?
You told me this.
Oh,
already.
okay.
Yeah.
So the answer, Jamie, $290. 10 guys.
Did you have like wings and?
No, it was
something?
Indian food. I had like masala, like chicken masala, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm just making
Is
sure.
it marsala or is masala?
No,
Masala.
marsala is Italian.
Yeah, masala
Malala.
sounds.
Masala.
Chicken tikka masala, is that a thing?
Chicken tikka
Probably.
masala?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. So I had chicken malala,
So it was $200 and something.
$290. And like we're all a bunch of guys from New York, and one guy was like, "Yo, we
And
gotta
were
get
they
out of here quick."
drinking?
Yeah, everybody drinking. Like, I mean, I guess like
You thought
6
they
of the 10
screwed
guys-
up?
Yeah, somebody was like, "Yo, we got to get out of here." Like they definitely. And like we looked over the bill, we're like, "No, we didn't." And like gave them, I think, like $400, and the guy was like,
Oh.
He retired.
Yeah, I know. They were ready to like close it, they just sail off.
This
like,
is
on
all
the
we
beach.
needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was wild, but it's like we were going down to these places, like the nicest restaurants there, and we were like, "Hey, is there like a dress code?" Like I would call before and be like, "Is there a dress code or anything?" They'd be like, "No." Like,
Wow.
and I was like, "Okay, so if you show up in a tank top and flip flops, they're like, yeah, come on in."
Wow.
Yeah, how great is that? It's just like because like it's bad for them because they lose so much business because almost everyone down there is just in fucking flip flops and tank tops.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I love with Hawaii too. You can wear the same thing all day to like a 5-star restaurant or just to the beach.
So in Hawaii, when you go to the really nice restaurants, you could show flip flops and whatever. They don't.
You
care.
can wear flip flops. Like if you want to dress up, you wear like a Hawaiian shirt as opposed to like
Wow.
a tank top. You know,
Rob loves that.
I do. I love not having to think about like, oh, do I need to wear that? Which like I very rarely do because I don't really go anywhere anyway. So that's why I think like when it's like, oh, you got to dress up. I'm like, if there's a place that says like you can't wear sneakers in here, I'm not going.
Oh, dude, you can
won't go.
pack like everything you need in a backpack and you stay there for 2 weeks. Yeah, it's incredible.
It's Rob's dream.
Hawaii's the best. Well, how about it, guys? Well, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, click that subscribe button and maybe click that notification bell to be let known when our videos go live, which is every Tuesday morning. We're on Instagram and Twitter. Jamie's on Instagram and Twitter. So am I. Rob's off the grid. Do not try and contact him. We're on the subreddit, r/Pajama Pants Pod, and we're on TikTok. Gabby will occasionally upload videos to TikTok, and we're there feeding that Chinese algorithm. You guys have anything?
That was great. Thanks for doing that. You really, you
always do it great.
You've really got, I wish, you know what we should do? We should
What?
take a little, like maybe him doing that from episode 15, 30,
We don't have to.
45,
Yeah, we
60
don't.
and see the progression, because I mean, but you're also working on a network now. You're like Mr. Showbiz.
Yep.
That's
You
right.
really got it
They
down.
call me Hollywood Garaiba.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. The people are like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
people aren't inclusive enough. This got fucking Jordanians at the top of the charts in
Can you
fucking
believe it?
Hollywood.
That's right.
Yeah, we're just not inclusive enough. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
outta
Support the sponsor, support the show, and we'll see you next week. Love you all.